Good evening, everybody. It is good to see you, and it is good to be seen by you. Welcome once again to the live stream. Welcome to the show. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful evening. And who am I to be wishing you this? Why, I am Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver, coming to you from an undisclosed location somewhere deep within the swamps of Central Florida. And I'm glad you're all here. I'm glad we're all here on a wonderful Friday night. But anyway, so welcome. And if you've just subscribed, welcome to the show. This is what we do roughly 5 nights a week, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. So what we're doing tonight, if you don't know, is we are going to be playing some Gamma World. And you might be thinking, oh, okay, so you're going to sit there and play RPGs and you're going to expect us to sit here and watch. Well, let me explain. I don't want you to think of this as something like Critical Role or any of those other shows. If you want to chat, if you want to interact, if you have a question about why we're doing what we're doing in the game, how we're doing what we're doing in the game, if you have a question about the characters, what have you, then for goodness sake, ask. And if I don't answer, one of the folks in the game might. If they don't answer, then gosh, maybe somebody else in the chat may. Because folks, I'm here to tell you something. Of all of the 5-night-a-week classic tabletop role-playing games, role-playing game live streams on YouTube, I have the best, and if you don't mind me saying so, I hope you're not intimidated by this, best looking audience of all of them. So one of these people may have an answer for you. But regardless, we'll try and get an answer. And folks, let me tell you something. A super chat is not incumbent on whether or not you get an answer from me. You don't have to pay to ask a question. I kid about super chats. I love the fact that you guys super and donate to the show and literally help keep the lights on around here. But it's not like a required thing. Like if you don't, that's not it at all. So welcome. Now, if you're kind of on the fence, maybe you saw this pop up on your YouTube feed, maybe you saw it pop up on your Facebook feed, maybe you saw it pop up on your X feed. I'm getting more and more used to calling it X. But anyway, and you've just stopped by. Let me tell you something. If you want more content like this, like last night, we did a side-by-side comparison with the orange Palace of the Silver Princess versus the green Palace of the Silver Princess, okay? Hey, you Pokemon Gen Z types, we had different colored adventures, and one was rarer than the other 50 years ago. But, we did a deep dive on that. We've had guests on the show before. I've even interviewed Gary Gygax before, which is an interview you can find down on the show. But if you want information about when interviews like that come up with, sadly, we won't have another interview with Gary. But there's so many of these classic tabletop RPG creators and creators of new classics. And we talk to them on our shows, on our live stream here. And sometimes we just have fun people on, right? Because it's my show. I can do what I want. But if you want all of the information about when that's going to happen, please, absolutely click the subscribe button and click the bell icon for notifications. It's super duper helpful. And if you really dig the show, like tons, and you want to help it out monetarily, there's some links down there. You can click subscribe, get yourself a membership for as little as $2 here on YouTube, or become a patron over on Patreon, which is linked down below, for as little as $1 a month. So I'm really looking forward to your lowercase p patronage, you know, joining us. So anyway, so we're waiting on one more of our players to join us. He was called away from table. He'll be here shortly. I want to address the elephant, or perhaps the Elon font in the room. I am aware of the pro classic TTRPG and pro Gygax statement made by Elon Musk today. I have a couple of videos coming tomorrow on the topic. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, please tune back in tomorrow and you'll catch the video from the just the straight news. And then I'm probably going to do a separate video and sort of share my thoughts about it. But anyhow, I'm really keen to share my thoughts on that with you guys. In the meantime, I said more or less what we do every night. I was looking at the calendar and I keep saying in December, this in December, that in December. December's right there. It's literally inches away. We are 38 days, 39 days, 40 days, 41 days, something like that. We are in the double-digit remaining days of the year. As they say, this wheel's on fire. So December, let me tell you guys a little bit about what December is going to be like. I am going to be doing the Dice Advent calendar and one live stream every week during December, possibly a Christmas night live stream with me. I may combine the 4th live stream in December with the Christmas night live stream. The Christmas live streams, every time I do them, I'll announce them. They're not going to be on the same day. They might not even be at the same time. So you'll have to be subscribed. You'll have to follow me on social media. All right. And look, if you just come in to do this and then you depart, I understand. Well, yes, there will be a Nerd Council of Doom, but that's not really my live stream, Yang Enzel. That's not really my live stream. That's our. Wizard Glick says, you don't know what a Dice Advent calendar is, but you have my attention. Last year's, there's like a super cut of last year's you can watch on the channel here. But so there will be that. But back to the live streams. I will announce them the day of them. I will do them. They won't be long. That's just going to be me meandering. But at the start, I'll start it at the top of the hour and end it at the top of the hour. Okay. I will get everyone in chat, whether you are watching over on Twitter live or watching over here on YouTube. Everyone who wants to will put your names in a hat. I'll roll a die, as it were. I may use a virtual die roller or something like that. And the person whose name comes up, number comes up, whatever, I will send you a small gift in December. And I'm going to do that 4 times. They're just small gifts. They're not some of them might be TTRPG related, some of them might not be TTRPG related. But I just want to give back to the community. Okay. I just want to give back to you guys. So that's 4 chances. Your cost $0. You don't get more. Like if you're like, I'm gonna super chat $50 to Bill to make sure I win. First of all, that will probably be more than the value of the thing I'm going to send you. Second of all, it doesn't get you. It's not a raffle. It's not, I'll have this many buy-ins. It's everybody will have exactly the same chance to win. So you will get a small gift from me. I won't guarantee, especially with the 3rd and 4th gifts, that you're going to get your gift before Christmas. But I will get them all sent out. They're small gifts. Some of them are inexpensive. Nothing over like $30. That I can tell you. So join us for those. And one other rule I want to put to this, one thing I want to make sure that you're aware is that you have one chance. So if you come in, if you come in to every show, let's say you win the first. Let's say Wizard Glick gets the first prize, the first live stream in December. And then Wizard Glick, you come in to the second live stream and you're like, yeah, I want a chance at that. It is one per participant, as it were, one per household, one gift per household. Because we've all seen weird stuff happen, right? With dice, with spinner rolls. We've all seen exceptionally weird stuff happen. So you have I've rolled a handful of 6s in a hero system game before, like 6, not a handful of 6s, a handful of 6-sided dice, 6-sided dice, and seen them all come up once. I want you to think about how remote the odds are. I was there. I have witnesses. It happens. Okay. So I don't want people to benefit from dice weirdness more than one time. So if you would like a small gift in December, then tune into those 4 live streams. When you see the notification pop up, when I make the announcement on Twitter, and I'll, throughout the video, up until I'm ready to compile the list and roll the dice, I will ask, I will make sure. So just be there and be aware. All right. With all that said, that's our December shenanigans. One other mention, because this is coming next week. Next week is Thanksgiving. We've got an exceptionally late Thanksgiving this holiday season. Usually, we've got a little bit of separation, but it's pretty late. So let me tell you guys, and then we'll get on to the Gamma World game. I know a lot of you guys have shown up and you're like, hey, Gamma World, come on. Next week, I don't know that I'm going to do a Monday show. We are going to do a first edition AD&D show. It is up to Kyle as to whether or not we do anything Wednesday. I'm not live streaming on Thursday. We will have a Gamma World game on Friday. So 2, possibly 3 live streams next week. The last thing I want to mention, is I said by the first week of December, I would be at a decision what to do with the treasure haul of first edition AD&D books, who I would be gifting those to. I am this close to deciding. It's down to just a few. I need to just look through the list and figure out who I can send them to. Those will be shipped courtesy of my friends, Eric Garland and Heidi Garland, Gaxland. That's Gary's daughter and her husband, Eric. They will be shipped by them. So all that's going out. I'll show it off when I tell you guys I made my decision. I'll show it off one more time and you can check it out. Thank you to everyone who sent me information about people that you know who are in need, who could use an entire collection of AD&D books. So with that said, we are now 17 minutes into game time, and I've run my mouth. So let me don my AKG headphones, and let's welcome our group of players tonight. They're awesome. They're mutated. They're irradiated. Everybody, please welcome to the show, Doomsword Deathmaster as Techno.
As long as I ain't muted, we're all good.
You are not muted, sir. Just mutated. Next up, Kevin is here tonight. He's dealing with something out on his back 40. Hopefully he'll be joining us. But next up, everybody say hello. He's an occasional co-host of mine. He's an awesome guy. Everybody, please welcome Yang Yan Zhao as the long-legged, high-handed death, Sweetums.
Good evening.
And it might be Friday, but we've got, well, no, that character's dead. Everybody, please welcome Kanek as Yarrow.
Hey, peeps.
And let me see here. Kevin, if you are out there, let us know if we should bring you on, or are you strangely silent? So we'll wait just a moment here. Ooh, we've got 75 people watching. Nice. What, you guys don't know what a 75 is? Ask your parents. All right, so with all of that said, with all of that falled and derailed, last week we left the party in the yawning vastness of the Albuquerque starport. So everybody, you had faced I would say a weird mutant, but then, you know, it's Gamma World. Everything is a weird mutant, which makes nothing a weird mutant. So let's see. You were standing in a large open bay. You had open erect ground vehicle from pre-cataclysm times, and a sort of a lizard-like being had come out and tried to take command of Paulie Score and make him fight you guys, but you were able to destroy him. You recovered a few interesting items. So what's your next move, everyone? What's your next move? Hey, Peyton Minnie's live. Good to see you.
We already looted that thing, right?
Yes, you have already looted the car. And to recap what you found in the car, to recap what you found in the trunk of the vehicle, after you slew the Chuckwalla, that was the name of the creature, the Chuckwalla, a book explaining the mysteries of cerebrospatial evolution, 16 dice, 3 pairs of women's stockings, a football helmet, a rubber Godzilla, and a canister of breath freshener displaying the message, "It smells right with pyridite."
I grabbed the stockings.
Okay.
Sweetums will take that book.
Okay. Is Techno grabbing anything?
No.
Such a laconic no. There. All
Are
right.
you happy with your spoils, my friends?
Are you sure you don't want the breath mints?
I am quite certain, thank you.
Okay, so since
Alrighty.
I don't know what Kevin, it's not breath mints, it's breath spray.
Oh, spray.
Yeah, I think Kevin will take all that stuff.
Yeah, he will gather that stuff up, and yes, Polly Score says, "Never know when some of this will be useful, buddy." So he tucks it in his backpack. And that then brings us to the next point. So this area that you're in, it curves to the right and to the left. You have a torch to illuminate the way. You cannot see basically the distance is beyond your torchlight to the right and to the left. I have a strange recollection that you guys said you were going to the left, that is to the east last week.
I
but
believe
if I'm
that's correct.
okay. All right. So you proceed in that direction for a while. Maybe how many meters is that? I'm never sure about my meters because Gary decided meters and not freedom units. So it's about 70 meters before the tunnel gives way to a total collapse. It is choked with sand, ferrocrete, durasteel plates, so on and etc. that have slipped and fallen. So there's no further passage here. And if you want to go back to the west, I can tell you that it is likewise. So unless you're just going to set up shop here forever and live inside these 3 wrecked ground vehicles, your only way clear is back through the doors to the north.
Well, this particular sojourn ended up as expected, did it not? That is to say, poorly.
Hey, we don't know until we try.
Yeah. Yeah. Paulie looks at you. He's wearing the football helmet and says, "Hey, new hat. Works for me, buddy."
I got a
Good
book.
enough.
It'll be some
How about-
entertainment or at least some wiping paper.
How about you give us a new direction, friend?
Well, let's go back.
Okay, so the chamber that you're in now, to the north, back through the double doors, is somewhat of a mirror of the tunnel that you were just in. And I'm not sure if I gave this room proper description, but you've been a little to the west and a little to the east. And then directly north of you, which you can see from your torchlight, are the metal stairs that go back up to where you were before. So to the east is or actually to the east and to the west of the metal stairs, there are on each side 3 discs. They're about 6 meters across. They follow the curve of the chamber that you're in. They are almost completely empty. Let me see here. I believe one of them actually might be of interest to you all. I'm leaning into the mic so we can do some nuclear exploration ASMR. You're looking through the ruins. You find junk.
Excellent.
Oh yeah. Okay, so all right. So this large area, it has a lot of chairs and benches through it as you kind of poke around in it. On the westernmost platform, there are 10 cases and bags. They all have handles and slings on them. Oh, that's a good one, TB Flower. Scratch the mic for Geiger counter sound effects. Anyway, so I'm absolutely sure the makers of this microphone would be screaming right now to see me do that. But anyway, so yes, one of them has this array of bags and cases on it. The others are empty. What to do?
Sweetums would like to open the cases.
Okay, so there's I mean, yeah, they're very primitive locks that look like maybe you were supposed to like put a finger on them, but prying them open is no problem. The actual material around them has begun to dry rot. So yeah, you break them open. Let's see. Most of them have deteriorating rags, except one of them has it's got a garment that looks like a cloak you would put over your shoulders, but it's almost like a web work, and there's little silvery discs, and there is a small box with brightly colored buttons on it. 3 brightly colored buttons that looks like you would put a belt around to kind of hold this mesh work onto you. You're not sure what it is.
Who wants a fancy new outfit?
Yes, it will not fit on you, I should point out.
Be like a head covering or something.
Yeah.
Do-rag.
A crop top, maybe.
So who would it fit of our group?
It'll fit any normal size human. It would even fit on Polyscore.
Well, have a look at it, shall you?
Sure, let's check it out.
All right, so it appears to fit over the shoulders like a cloak and then buckle at the waist, and then you've got the buttons on it. Are you putting it on? Are you what are we doing with?
I mean, if Doom doesn't want it, I will try it.
Okay. All right, let's see. So give me a D10 roll.
Okay.
And we do have the die roller up, so if you're not seeing that, there we go. I heard it, and then I saw your roll.
Yep, it came up with a 1.
It came up with a 1. Okay. Yeah, one of them is a power switch. You hit that stud, and you hear just a faint crackle. And then it settles down into a subharmonic hum. Before you roll that die again, give me just a hot second here where clearly we're having some problems with DD Dice because it did not show up on the screen. Every once in a while, you gotta refresh DD Dice's networking. in the overall, it's been an absolutely fantastic tool. This is a special tool we're going to use for later. All right. All right, there's that. And let me just see if I can get it to go here. Hey, there we go. Okay. Now give me your next roll, please. A 6, and with modifiers, that becomes what?
I've got an intelligence of 18.
All right, and what does that do for you? If you don't know,
I know. That's 3. So
that's 3.
with the modifier, it's 3. Yep.
All right, so the other button turns it off. So you figured out those controls, but what does it do? Give me another D10 roll.
I'll add the modifier for it for you. Ooh, 6.
6. Okay. You push and release the other button and it doesn't do anything. You may give
Okay.
me another try as you like.
I certainly will. And that's a 3.
That's a 3. Okay. So you realize you have to push and hold that button and it shows a little battery meter. You've seen these on electronic devices before. You can also figure out from the readout exactly what it is now by turning a little knob. What you have is an energy cloak. It has a hydrogen cell. It's been modified to use a hydrogen cell, and by pressing the button and holding it, you see you have 10 hours of time left. Now, an energy cloak, just to catch the audience up here, the energy cloak is a form of armor. This powered cloak and cowl can completely cover the wearer, designed for wear at social events. It's a blaze of scintillating colors when in operation. The unexpected side effect is that the cloak, when powered, is completely resistant to laser beams. Laser beams, not a black ray gun, not a blaster, not radiation, just laser beams. It's powered. This one has been modified to use a hydrogen cell, and it has 10 hours of operation left. So you basically have it is completely resistant to laser beams. So if somebody blasts on you with a laser gun, it will be completely ineffective, and it will be for the next 10 hours if you want to switch it on. And if you do switch it on, the scintillating colors throw off light roughly equivalent to a torch, maybe a little less. The lights do flicker more than a torch, and it's multicolored. So
I will switch it off for now, but keep it on.
Okay.
I see that you have discerned its purpose. Beware the items of the ancients.
I have.
Okay, and Yang. The last case you open, there is a pop and kind of a very acrid smelling white gas billows out and envelops you all. Let's see. What is your constitution score, Techno?
It's sweet. 11.
It's 11. Okay. And I think Polly's scores is a little better than average-ish.
Yeah, it's thereabouts. 12, 13, something like that.
All right. You got a face full of it. What is Sweetum's constitution?
15.
15. Okay. And Yarrow, what is your constitution?
15 as well.
15. Okay. You all start coughing and hacking and collapse to the floor. Who was carrying the light source, the lamp?
I think oh no, I didn't have a lamp. I had a torch. Never mind.
Okay.
I have neither.
Okay. I think it was Yarrow who was carrying a lantern. Yes.
Believe so.
All right. Roll a d6, please, Kennick.
Let me try that again. I don't know why
Yes.
I pulled 2 of those.
Yeah.
There we go. 5.
Okay. The lantern goes out, but it does not spill its oil. You all fall to the ground. Yarrow and Sweetums, you regain consciousness 5 minutes later. Polyscore and Techno are still unconscious, and they are literally in your hands. Sweetum, is this case, and you can now see there's 3 silver cylinders embedded in the lid, and they've all been pierced by some mechanism that let this gas out. And you can see in faded letters on the cylinder, it says Nervium anti-theft mechanism.
Is that the only thing in the case?
Just some decaying clothes, pre-cataclysm clothing.
Okay, I'll flip the lid close on that, and I'll try to like wake them up. Like,
Okay.
patting their cheeks and doing a little water on them.
Come on, guys, get on up.
Okay. Fortunately, during your period of unconsciousness, nothing comes looking for you. So, which way along this concourse are you guys going? You have nearest to where you are. You know, I need to just get this map and clip it out. Nearest to where you are along the west end, you can see this end of this area dead ends in a wall. There's a door on the far south end and the far north end of the wall, both of them open to the west.
I like it warm. Let's go to the south.
Very well.
So we'll go
You
to that
guys
door
lead, I'll
that's on the
follow.
south.
All right, so you are going to the door in the south there. I was just getting the map snipped out so I could stop having to flip back and forth between locations in the booklet. Unfortunately, this PDF is not indexed, so I was having to scroll up and down rather than just clicking on table of contents. Okay. This room contains all the equipment that you might expect in a 23rd century washroom. There's an egg-shaped sonic fresher and a low-power disinfecting energy bath.
Do they appear functional?
Maybe. I mean, the power still isn't on, so maybe, maybe not.
I guess just take a quick sweep and see if there's anything worth taking in here.
Let's see. There's actually it's strangely it's in better condition than the clothes that were in the cases and bags out in the hallway, but there's actually a neatly folded towel with some strange scripted writing on it you can't make out. It must be a language of the ancients. And a stylized blue and orange series of intersecting right angles, very symmetrical on the X and Y axis, lying on a counter behind the fresher. For you, it would just about cover one hand. For one of your companions, it would probably could, you know, cover their head, but it's not a piece of clothing. It's just a kind of a soft piece of cloth. It's a little dusty.
Oh, great. I could use a new washcloth.
Well, there you go.
I'll check it out.
Okay. That's it. It's as I described. Now, I will point out there is a door exactly opposite to the west of the one that you just entered.
Are there any signs on the wall?
Yes, in fact there is, and there's one on the sonic fresher and the disinfecting energy bath. Both, they are again written in many different scripts, but they're nothing that you recognize in the modern sense. So they're obviously the language of the ancients.
Well, might as well try that room across the hall.
Very well.
I'm sorry, that room across the hall.
You said there was a door directly opposite to this room?
Yeah, when the fresher and everything is kind of in the middle, and on the other side of the room, opposite the door
I
you
see.
came in.
All right, guys, come this way, and we'll check out that door.
Okay, the door opens easily enough. And you are standing in a hallway. It is about 20 meters to the south. On your immediate right, there is a junction. It looks like the hallway continues to the west, but it also angles to the northeast. And to the south, you can see on the to the south, like I said, it goes about 20 meters, terminates in a wall, and on the eastern wall, there's another door. Which
Well,
way?
Sweetums, you're the de facto leader.
That's right. Okay, let's go to that door, and he'll point to the closest one.
Okay.
I'll look at him and say, that's because he's the largest. We can all hide behind him.
Okay. Going south, this door is much like the other doors you've seen here, except in the middle of it, there's a large yellow triangle. There's kind of a boxy looking. You're not sure if it's a letter of the ancients, if it's a whole word, if it's a picture or what. It's kind of boxy looking, and then there's writing in the language of the ancients, separated out into different blocks of characters. So it must have been some of their many languages that they had at that time underneath that.
Would Sweetums know what a radiation symbol looks like?
Yes, and it is not this.
It's not that. Oh. Well, it ain't radiation, so it must be okay. He will gently push the door open.
The door does not budge. It has a little bit of give to it, but it doesn't budge.
He would like to push harder.
Give me an open doors roll. What is Sweetum's strength?
Ooh, it's pretty bad. It's 9.
All right. Well, give me a D6 roll.
All right.
Yeah, you batter your shoulder against it, and it doesn't move.
Oh man!
It appears to be going quite well for you, sir.
They don't make them like this anymore. I'll tell you that.
Perhaps the other direction would suit you more.
I think so, unless one of you thinks you can open it.
Well, maybe we
I'm
all work
nowhere near your
together.
size. I am far too short of stature to attempt such a thing. Besides, no.
This isn't one of those things where there's actually a doorknob that I could just turn, is it?
It does have a doorknob on it. If you want to give it a turn and a shove again.
I will try the knob and give it a
Okay.
turn and a shove.
All right. You give it a hard shove. You hear a splintering of material, and the door opens. This room is about 12 by 12 meters. There are multiple shelves on the wall that have containers. Some of them you can see in your lantern light are filled with, some have blue liquids, some have green liquids. Sitting in a nook in the corner of the room, the northeast corner of the room, you see a humanoid appearing robot, but from the waist down, it's sitting on about a half-meter tall cylinder that's about a half-meter in diameter. So it's whatever that cylinder is from the waist down, but roughly humanoid looking from the waist up. It does not react in any way when you enter the room.
Oh man.
Also, there are, you recognize what a mop and a broom is. There are a fair few of those on racks on the wall next to the robot.
Well done, sir.
Can neither of you make use of this thing?
Which thing would that be?
That big robot-looking thing.
Perhaps if you wrestle it to the ground, I'll have a talk with it.
No way.
That's what I thought.
I'm gonna back out and stay in the hallway.
Since it doesn't react, Sweetums is going to look and see if you said there are many blue liquids. Are there anything of interest that might be worth taking?
What is your interest?
Something that I could sell for Domars or sweet Z Thief.
Maybe some of this, maybe none of it. It's
all right. He's well, you can't live forever, so he'll sort of like squeeze in there and take a closer look to see if there's anything functioning or maybe any precious liquids.
Perhaps you should inhale this time.
There are the aforementioned containers, some of which are transparent, some of which are not. A few of them have brightly colored labels on them. Some of the labels show foam that's leaving behind a gleaming trail as it's depicted. Some of them have just
He'll take one of those.
Okay. You got that. It fits in your hand quite nicely. It would be a little large in the hands of one of your companions, but just kind of moving it, it's mostly full, and you can tell it's got some kind of, it's not liquid inside. It's got some kind of dry material inside.
All right. Can I find a largish mop?
Yeah.
All right. He will take the head off of one of the mops and take the mop part of the mop and leave the stick.
Okay, so you're just taking the head of a mop.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You got that. Anything else?
I guess he will try to look at that robot and see if there are any parts that are worth taking, or that doesn't require major disassembly.
It's pretty together. Taking any parts of it would require major disassembly.
Well, what do you guys think? Should we take part of this thing back? Maybe we could sell the arms or something.
No, I don't think it's
I see
useful
no
for
need
us.
for that.
All right. Well, maybe we better leave this be then.
Unless you feel like burdening yourself with unnecessary expenditures. Where do we go from here?
As Sweetums gets back out in the hall, he'll try to sort of set the door more or less where it's splintered off its hinges.
Oh no, it was just the latch mechanism that splintered. The door swang in.
Then he'll shut it.
Okay.
Well, let's take that other door down the other side of the hall.
There's no other door. There's the door you guys came out of the washroom, and the door that led into the janitor robot room, and you have two hallways. One goes due east and one goes northeast, at the north end of the hallway that you're currently in.
Aha, okay. Yes, so we went south to get to this one. Okay.
Correct.
Then northeast, I believe.
Okay. So this is about a 20-ish meter long corridor. It does terminate in a door. And by the way, mark off another turn for your lantern. I believe you are now at 235 minutes of or not. I'm sorry, not 235 minutes. It's. I gotta look. I apologize, guys. I'm blanking here. Lanterns. We're using standard AD&D for lanterns, and that's 240 rounds.
40.
Yep. Yeah, okay, so 240 rounds, which is 24 turns. So you're down to 21 turns of lantern at this point. All right, so opening the door to the east, it pushes open fairly easily. You're looking back into the big arced room, the metal disc where you activated the trap that knocked you all unconscious, is just 6 meters away. So, and then looking to the south, you can see the door that led into the cleaning room, not the robot cleaning room, but where the sonic shower and everything was. So you can head back to the west, or you can go and explore to the east.
But okay, just confusing myself a little bit. So at the end of this hallway, we went northeast, but there was another one that was northwest.
It was west. It wasn't northwest. It was west.
And that we haven't been there yet, right?
Correct. You have not explored to the west.
All right, we'll take that one.
All right, so turning around and heading back, you go. You go about 50 meters down this hallway, and it continues on about another 25 meters past that. However, at the 50-meter mark, on your left, the south, and your right, the north, there are doors.
Why don't one of you try this time?
You're the leader.
Doorknob?
No, there's just a handle, just a push handle here.
All right, sure. I'll try to just push it open. Not putting any particular effort into it.
Okay. North or south?
North.
Okay. So this room is filled floor to ceiling with boxes and cartons of various stuff, and there is a large tank in one corner of this room. It looks to be about, let me see here. Give me just a moment. I have to do some freedom unit converting. Yeah, this thing is it dominates one end of the room. This tank does. It is very, very clearly marked. Let me see. Give me a D10. What is Techno's intelligence, Dooms?
So I swap monitors, so I have to look on the other side. 11.
11. Give me a D10 roll.
Certainly.
Okay, you
That would be a 3.
recognize the ancient chemical symbol of a letter H with a number 2 and an O. There has been argument over whether it is a 0 or an O since you've been alive. And there's a small display with literally just a few buttons underneath it. Give me another D10 roll.
All right, and I do have molecular understanding.
Okay. So yeah, you can put your hand on the panel, and I forgot about that. Thank you. After a few moments of concentration, this device monitors the amount and condition of the water inside this giant tank, and it's just a few buttons to push to bring that data up.
Does it still work? I'll go ahead and push those buttons.
Yes, it's got something like a radium battery or something in it. So hitting a couple of buttons on it. This is 75,708.236 liters of water. Water condition is 98.776% potable. And the display reports all sediments and contaminants well within acceptable human consumption range. There's enough water in here for you guys to basically sit in here, and if you could subsist on water alone, you'd be fine. It's clean and sterile. There's a couple of valves that you can control with this too to get water out into smaller containers.
Well, if you're thirsty, I suggest this. Perhaps we should refill our supplies anyway. For you, Sweetums, just place your head under and press the button.
That's a great find. And Sweetums will do just that. He'll lay under it, open his mouth, and twist the valve.
Okay. Altogether, when it comes to filling your skins and canteens and Sweetums drinking his fill, you take it down to a nice exact 75,700 liters.
We really dented that.
It's a pity it is here in the wilds. Imagine who it could serve and how many people it could serve. Well, such is the way of things now.
So you've got the boxes in the corner.
Well, we know it's here, so if we need to, and we're in the area, we can come back, but...
And we're alive.
Well, yeah, there is that.
And what are these boxes in the corner?
Well,
All
let's
right.
check them out.
So rummaging through the boxes, a lot of them contain sealed paper envelopes that are very thick and weigh. It feels like they weigh like a full kilogram and a quarter each. They have bright blue stripes and symbols in the ancient languages on them. You can't read them. Ripping one open, you see that it's individual sheets of very clean paper. There's boxed up a couple of small strange devices. You don't know what they do. And it's literally just items like this stuffed in some of the boxes. Those are mostly on a shelf, but there are stacked up plastic cubes separate from those shelves also.
Let's check those out.
All right. Well, Sweetums, you're tall enough. You can just reach up and pick one up and set it on the floor and open it.
All right.
Okay. Opening that up, it actually looks like things you've seen in ancient desks. Of these vertical hanging sheafs of paper. But pulling one out, it's not a sheaf of paper. It's actually about a centimeter thick, silvery envelope of some kind. There's a dotted line about 2 centimeters down from the top edge where you pulled it out. And there's instructions in various ancient languages on it. All of them have little stylized images of food next to all of the different instructions. Hello, Kabuki Kid. Good to see you. First on-stream guest of 2025, who will be Kabuki Kid. She will be joining us in January. Everybody, reminder of that.
You know what? I'm going to try opening up one of those packages, and
it opens really, really easily. And as soon as you breach it and start to open it, there's a hiss of inrushing air, and the pouch, it doesn't get like painfully hot in your hands. It gets a good fair amount of warmth as you hold it in your hands. All of you guys smell a very rich cooking odor.
Oh man, we must be in heaven.
Polly Score looks at it, and he reaches into the crate and pulls out this weirdly symmetrical, sectioned off rectangular item. It's maybe less than a third of a meter by perhaps 400 or 40 centimeters. And he holds it out and says to you, "Let's get this out on a tray." Nice. If you guys know, you know.
Cool.
So
there
Looks
pack
like we
of
got
cigarettes
some food and some
to
water
smoke
here.
too.
no, there are no cigs. If you do you remove the tab the rest of the way after you do that?
Me? Oh heck yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you see a couple of large pouches and 2 small ones, and paradoxically, a small narrow one that is kind of separated into its own pouch. And just as rapidly as this has heated itself, this one you can actually see in your torchlight faint crystals of frost.
Ooh. Well, I think he's going to open them all, and like YouTubers of yore, he's just going to go in and taste everything.
Hey, share some with the group.
Okay, so do you get this out on a tray?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, all right. It seems that there is there's a thick stack of these trays. They're a very thin plasticine substance, but they seem to hold up pretty firmly, and the heat from the cooked food does not transmit to your hands. Yeah, this is like a thick stew of rice and some kind of meat you can't identify. It's got sort of a spicy brown sauce with it. There's a maybe like a 5 centimeter by 5 centimeter, very dark bread-like object. When you taste that, it is incredibly sweet. Not like disgusting, but there's this rich, savory sweetness to it you've never tasted before. And it's warm. And when you bite into it, I mean, you're a big guy. You can take this thing down like in a single bite. There's like a warm, creamy sauce in the middle of it. One of the other packages, you actually recognize this. It's mashed potatoes. You know what mashed potatoes is. And finally, pulling out the frosted over object. It's got like a little button on it, and if you depress that button, there's a pop, and a almost freezing cold pink liquid runs out on your hands. It has like a fruity odor to it before you even taste it.
He will lick it off his hands. I mean, he's
yeah.
now.
It's got like some kind of fruit flavor to it. I mean, it's a small meal for you. This is like a Lunchable for Sweetums, given how big he is. But yeah, everything in there is delicious, and there's so many more of these envelopes.
We're eating good tonight, boys.
In just one of those trays.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll split them up.
So each crate that's full of this weighs about 15 kilograms. You estimate that there's enough food in here to feed 100 people for a month.
Nice.
Let's get this out on a tray. Nice.
So we got food and we got water.
We have a veritable fort, if you ask me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's 4 of you, 100 people for a month. That's 25 months. It's basic. That's 2 years worth of food for you guys. Is anybody else going to try a meal?
Oh, heck yeah.
All right. You just kind of grab one at random, or?
Yeah, I'll grab one at random.
Okay. This one, when you crack the seal on it, it kind of does the same thing. There's more of a sizzling sound than the sort of hissing, boiling sound. Same thing, warm in your hands, not uncomfortably so. Comes out. There's, a couple of pouches. There's a oh, and by the way, yes, there is an accessory pack in each one of these. There's a long-handled spork, a little paper tissue, a long hollow tube, it's like a reed but made of plastic that looks like it will just fit in your drink container. And a little package.
A little red and a little black packages.
Connect yours. You smelled cooked fish before. This is like a freshly cooked fish odor, and when you open the large pouch, there's like a golden brown crusted, well, you can only assume it's a flank of fish of some kind.
Okay.
The smaller of the 2 pouches next to it has elongated, chopped up fried potatoes.
Okay.
The pouch with the sweets in it, Yours actually is kind of a yellowish creamy substance that has a very mild fruit taste to it, and the cold drink that comes out with it, it's very effervescent, and it's got sort of a not quite well, it's sweeter than it is bitter, but it's still kind of bitter. But it's not bad. It's not bad.
Okay.
It's just new to you.
I figure one package should fill me up, unlike Sweetums.
Yeah, this is like a full meal. You're like, how about techno?
Negative.
Negative. Okay. Paulie Score grabs one and he says, "Well, I'm going to have something to eat. I deserve a good meal after getting beaten up by that brain lizard." So he grabs
meal from a civilization that no longer exists, I might point out.
He's looking at you as he's flipping through and he goes, "They're fine."
For now.
He pulls out one, cracks it open. Again, there's a faint hiss. There's a very savory, sort of slightly zesty smell coming from it. He gets out. Now, interestingly, his actually has two chilled sections in it. He gets the same flavored drink that Sweetums got, but the other chilled section has a small flat package of some kind of greens with like a sauce on top of them. And his main course is a triangular piece of bread that is covered with a thick red sauce. And what you can just tell by the condition, a kind of a cheese and thinly sliced meat. And his dessert is it's apple pie. You know what apple pie is. So yeah, 3 of the party members eat exceptionally well. I do want to mention, all the Steve 1989 jokes aside, to date, the only thing that Steve 1989 has been put under by was a 2017 Chinese, that's mainland China, not Taiwanese. And yes, Taiwan is a free country. People's Liberation Army, Air Force, MRE, and it came with like yellow rice, and he was eating it, and he's like, "Oh, this has got bits of spinach in it," and he ate it all up. Found out after the fact, it was pork. All the leafy, all what he thought the stringy green bits that were spinach was spoiled pork. That took him out for months. He has eaten food that was packed for the British Army during the Boer War. He has eaten Civil War hardtack. He's eaten World War II candies. He's eaten an entire Vietnam sea ration spaghetti dinner. And at the time, 3-year-old meal packaged for the Chinese Air Force nearly cost him his existence. So anyway, back to exactly Viking hat. You know, I try to stay apolitical here, but that is 100% spot on. All right, so those of you have those of you who've had meals, except for Sweetums, of course. Sweetums, you're like, yeah, that hit the spot. That's a good snack. You notice, Techno, that Sweetums, I'm sorry, that Polly and Yarrow are very enthusiastic and raring to go. Sweetums is Sweetums, but Yarrow and Polly Score are like, all right, let's get a move on. Let's get some stuff done. Let's go. Let's go. They seem very energized.
Interesting behavior. I told you to beware of items of the ancients. I will take a couple.
It doesn't seem adverse, I should point out. But...
well, unless being overly excited is adverse. I'll take a couple. 3, maybe, assuming I can carry them easily.
Oh yeah. I mean, each one is maybe 100 grams. Oh, thank you very
Perfect.
much, Gonzalo. Thank you very much for the super. Sweetums is Sweetums.
Oh, shucks. Sweetums is going to take enough packs for 10 days worth of rations.
Okay, so for Sweetums, actually, a meal for Sweetums, given his size, is actually 3 of these. So 10 days. So that's
30?
Yeah, 30 packages, and I said they're what, 100 grams each, 50 grams each. Yeah, it's a few kilograms. It's nothing major. Because like I said, these things are flat. These things are like a centimeter thick.
And after everyone gets their fill, he's going to try to find the best way to hide these in here, like behind the tank and like a wedge them in a corner or something, just to make it difficult in case anybody else comes back for these things after us or stumbles in here.
You could maybe put the boxes of ancient writing supplies and whatnot behind or in front of, kind of build a false wall, if you will. But like the tank is built into the wall. You're not gonna
Sure.
hide this stuff in here.
Then he will do that.
Yeah, I was gonna grab like 7 days of packets.
Okay, no problem. I mean, 7 days of packets is 7 individual envelopes. Yeah, so my co-host out there is busting my chops saying 100 grams is not much food. Even pure lard would only be 900 calories. It's science fiction, okay? I don't have to explain it. I ain't got to explain nothing. All right. So you've got a week's worth of rations. Polly Score is going to tuck away. He's actually going to take a couple weeks of rations. So you guys have got this box about halfway emptied out now. Is Techno taking any?
Yeah, I took 3.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, if he's taking a couple, I'll do 14 then. A couple weeks too.
Okay, that's fine. Here, eat this fusion core. I think it's what is it? Uranium is like 800,000 calories to a gram or something. Eat uranium and you'll never have to eat anything again, and you won't be able to. About 18 billion calories per gram. Okay, yeah. Okay, so all of this, like exploring, trying the foods, everything like that, that's another couple of turns. So you're down to about 19 turns of lantern light at this point.
Seems like we should try to find a light switch here somewhere.
I mean, there's panels on the wall in this room, but there's not anything as far as as far as you touch them, you lay your hands on them and everything. Nothing happens.
We gotta find that generator.
Indeed, we still have no power. The last things that we have encountered, particularly the water tub, have been battered.
Let's grab some water before we go.
By battery. Well, I believe we did so already.
No, I mean just an extra drink, so we don't have to carry it.
Well, I am fine, but I will follow you.
Okay. So There is a door to the north just opposite of the door you guys came in, and of course you can go back south into the hallway. Whither will thou goest?
To the north, Sweetums.
Let's do it.
Whomst wouldst guest. All right. So you push the door open to the north. You are looking in a into a large gallery. Directly across from you is about 1.5 meters high counter that extends about 6 or 7 meters to the right, and then there's a walkway between it and a likewise counter. And then to the left, the counter goes about 12 meters and the gallery turns to the north. Let me see if I can give you guys a better description than just flailing around like that verbally. So that is... all right. This huge room contains the counters. There are benches all around. And on the west wall, you can see your torchlight. Let's see. There's just a faint flicker of your torchlight reflecting off the wall to the west. But there's all these counters in the central area.
So these counters, are they parallel to us, or are they perpendicular, or both?
They're perpendicular. So when you come out of the door, your lantern is illuminating the counter, and it stretches to the left and right, some 12 meters in front of you.
Right, leaving space on either end of it.
Oh yeah.
The wall.
There's lots of room.
Right.
This is a huge open gallery.
Well, the Sweetums, and this looks like the perfect type of place for you to explore.
He'll just sort of like crinkle and eye fold because he doesn't have eyebrows. Yeah, he'll go check out these counters and see, is there anything behind them? Anything
Techno
worth
will follow
having?
him a bit behind. Apology.
Here,
Okay.
I'll take in the back.
Alrighty. Polly, Polly whistles at the enormity of the chamber that you guys are in. There's, again, understand, it is pitch black in here. Let's see. So briefly, just to catch you guys, just to give you guys, there's the door you came out of. Along that same wall behind you, about 12 meters down, is another door, and then about 10 meters down from that is yet another door. This huge sprawling counter area, as you kind of follow its perimeter, faintly with the words of your lantern, you're going at exploration speed, checking this out. There's plenty of space to walk between the counters. There's a large central area that has this octagonal glass container. The glass is kind of frosted, but there's nothing inside the container. Although you do see very faintly as your torch flickers, there's these sort of glass orbs set in metal fixtures inside the chamber. When you get to the north end, I'm sorry, the western wall is made of transparent steel, and it is completely blocked by sand. Sand extends up like 15 meters. On the eastern wall at the midpoint, there are two sets of double doors spaced 6 meters apart. As you continue to the north, there are 3 wide corridors separated by actual building structure. Each corridor is about 12 meters wide. They're separated by about 24 meters. And there are signs hanging down beneath them. Let's see. So, are you guys going to go down any of these tunnels to the north? Are you going to head back and explore the doors? What are you going to do?
So there's no seating areas or anything like that, right?
No. There's ample benches here.
Okay, so benches up toward the counters and whatnot.
There, some of the counters have stools at them on both sides. Let me see. Yeah, so there's in the middle of each counter corral, there are very large, what look like separate rooms, and there's 4 of those. So basically, if you kind of picture this in your mind, there's four rectangular corrals of counters, and in the middle of each of those corrals is a large separate room, and there are 2 doors on each one.
Okay.
And then in the middle of that foursome, there's the aforementioned octagonal glassine tank. North of all of this are the tunnels that go north.
Well, perhaps we should check those before us. No?
Sounds like a plan.
All right, so you're going north?
Well, we're going to check everything around that perimeter from
I see. Okay.
Right. Just cover that before proceeding north.
All right, so each sign is they're dark. Can't make out what they would have said. Let me see. And I apologize for missing this little detail. Behind each counter, there are robotic units. They're silent. They are not moving. They are just staring straight ahead. They do not react to your presence in any way. Each room you go into is the same. There are boxes full of pieces of paper, perhaps 6 centimeters wide and maybe 20 centimeters long, with all kinds of images printed on them. Some of them show snowy mountains with happy looking people sliding down on sticks. Some of them show lush tropical shores, families of pure strain humans sitting on the sand, being attended by robots. Some of them, interestingly, show nothing but the stars and fantastical hovering or flying, you're not sure, metal structures and figures wearing what you think must be some kind of armor hovering near those, and then other triangular shaped vehicles of the ancients near them. It's all variations on that. Some show stretches of desert that don't look too dissimilar to what you are used to seeing day to day. Some of them show buildings of the ancients and cities of the ancients that are so alien to your mind you can hardly believe that the world once looked like this because you've only seen the ruins of them.
And across these papers, I mean, there's just these images. There's not any sort of any other graphic incorporated with that. Just the images.
There's ancient writings on them, but
Right.
but nothing as far as you know, almost all of them on the back, they're blank with just paragraph after paragraph of writing, and like the bottom third is this. Now you recognize numbers. Numbers have not changed that much since the Great Cataclysm. There are rows and columns of numbers that must indicate money, and whatever this is, some of these cost a lot of money.
Right. That's what I was wondering, if there was some sort of selection mechanism on the paper itself. Well, these all appear to be the same type of area. Nothing of consequence for these days.
Yeah,
These
I mean
times.
they're interesting. You find one that's kind of curious. It once again depicts throngs of pure strain humans. They're walking around what appears to be a large structure with great spires on it, and a concourse of water, and some kind of mutants cavorting and entertaining and frolicking with them. Like for example, there's a large creature with a bulbous head and two great circular black protrusions, wearing what looks like very formal clothes, presumably a female of its kind, wearing a red and white polka dotted dress, and very, very flowery script above that must be the name of the place, but you've no idea what it's indicating. So yeah, just a whole lot of that.
North it is.
Anything useful here? Or do we move on?
I believe we move on.
Sounds good.
All right, so leaving this area, you've your exploration of the central areas is again, that takes a few more turns. So you've got about 15 turns before you'll have to refill your lantern or use anything else. You have three great tunnels, one on the far west, one in the center, one on the east. Which one are you taking?
West is best.
Very well.
Okay. You walk down this tunnel. It does take a good bit of walking. It takes another full turn for you to reach a point where you're in a circular room that's maybe 60 meters in diameter. On the east side of the room, there is a large, well, for these people, Sweetums, door that no matter what you do to open, it will not budge. There's a small counter in the center, and it is filled with comfortable looking padded chairs. The decor that you've seen thus far is all the same as you've seen elsewhere.
No other exits.
No other exits.
Is there a handle or a keypad or anything like that at the door?
As you look around, you don't immediately see anything, and yeah, there's nothing here. And hey, we have Kevin, we have Polly Score with us.
Hello.
Good to see you, sir.
Sorry I'm late.
Oh, that's all good. Better late than never, sir. Better late than never. So, yeah, this room is it looks like a room where you could sit and rest with a door on one side and one of these counters in the middle with a couple of unmoving robotic units sitting there.
Right, so we have a passageway across the main room on the other end of it or on the other side of it, and then one to our left, right? Assuming we're coming out the west.
I'm not sure I'm understanding your question. Are you saying if you go south and you go? Yeah. This. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you.
All right. I was saying if we leave out of this room, go down the passageway back into the main room, we have a passageway on the left and one across the far side of the main room.
If you come south out of this chamber, you will be back.
Okay, I thought we were west.
Yeah, you're well, it's all three passages go north. I was just, when I was saying west to, west,
the
middle,
westernmost
east.
North passage.
Okay.
Gotcha.
When you come south out of that, then you can go up the middle one or go to the eastern one and go up. It's up to you guys.
Yeah, I think that's what we do, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what was confusing. Thank you.
Okay. So you come back to the south. You walk to the north. That's another couple of turns of lantern. So I think you're down to 14 turns of lantern. Here it's identical to the other one, except the hatch is in the north. The doorway that leads out of here that will not open is in the north portion of the round chamber. Are you coming back and heading up the easternmost one?
I'd expect so.
Okay.
I mean, unless somebody else.
All right. As you are walking down that hall, just a moment here. Something in the dark ahead of you, you can hear it scuttling straight towards you. Hoving into view, there are two giant mutated scorpions. They have their pinchers open and their claws extended. Oh, hey. Thank you, man. You did not have to pay to join the game, my friend.
I felt bad.
He just paid. He paid to show that awesome avatar of the Wicked Wizard.
That's right, man. That's right. Love it to death. Okay, so is it Yarrow that has the insanely high dex, or is that Sweetums?
Sweetums.
Okay. Sweetums, you are not surprised by this. What does Sweetums wish to do?
He is going to whip out the stun ray and try to shoot whatever it is.
All right. They're giant scorpions. That's what it is. All right.
Oh.
So they're scuttling at you. You may take a shot at one of them.
All right.
You have 3 shots of the stun ray left.
I think I have 2 left.
Okay, you have 2 shots of stun ray left.
Oh.
10. All right, let's see. These things, armor class. All right, I don't think that's going to hit, but do you remember what the weapon class of a stun ray is?
Yes, it is weapon class 12.
Weapon class 12. So let's see. That's a 12. You rolled a 10. That will not hit. Just the floor kind of vibrates a little bit. You can feel it tingling in your toes. All right. So Dooms, what is Techno doing?
Yeah, so can I potentially hit these guys with radiated eyes, or?
Oh, absolutely.
All
no,
right,
no,
cool.
no
That's what
potential
I'll do.
question about it.
Thank you. That's what I intend to do.
All right. What is Polly Score doing?
Unless I can attack them with my poor respiratory system or no resistance to poison, I'm going to put my force field up.
Okay, you raise your force field because they're scorpions.
Right. That poison thing, I don't know. Whatever.
Exactly what you trained for.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. What is Yarrow doing?
Can she step back behind all of these people and just have a spear out to try to jab from the back?
You absolutely can. They're about, let's see. We said your lantern. What was your lantern radius? Lantern light radius. I can't remember what I gave you guys for that.
You said 40, but I might
40.
not.
Okay, yeah.
I was thinking 30. I don't know though.
All right, so we'll call it 35. 35 meters radius on your lantern. That's where you see them. So they're gonna have to scuttle at you guys anyway. So yes, Yarrow, with your battle cry of not in the face, not in the face, you tuck and roll behind your larger friends. Dooms, roll initiative, please.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
A6. Okay.
Yes.
Come on, man. You got it.
All right. Well, all they are going to do is cover that distance and try and numb you guys. So I got a 4. You guys will go first. So what strength is your eye radiation, please? Is it 20? I forget.
I don't know the answer to that. Even looking at it, hang on, I think I've got it open right here.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's not in the DM screen is what.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it says roll 3d6 to determine intensity, and I think
Right.
we figured that was every time rather than that was the continuous intensity of it over time.
Right. Okay, so go ahead and roll that then. 3d6.
Gotcha.
And it's not a 2-hit roll. You literally just Cyclops on them, which makes sense. You can see them. It's not like they're moving too fast for you to see.
1, 2, 3. Don't click 4 times. Click 3. There we go. 8.
All right. So you got intensity 8. And these things. Oh, not as good as I thought. Yeah, so one of the scorpions jerks spasmodically as your radiation plays across it. So that recharges 4 rounds from now. You've used it. So 4, 3, 2, 1, and then use it again.
Gotcha.
All right, so Polly Score shields up. The 2 giant scorpions scuttle in, and they will try and stab and attack in the next round. Sweetums, are you firing your last stun blast at one of them?
Yes, I am.
All right. Go ahead and take your shot.
That's the entire. The entire clip, I never hit one thing.
You
with
never hit
this
one thing.
stupid thing.
It's just
You
it's so
added-
tiny. It's just so tiny.
Did you add your range bonus?
Range bonus.
There's a range bonus for high dex.
I think that was. Wait, was there? I
Yeah,
thought that was
there's a
only
range
for
bonus
melee
for-
weapons.
No, that's for physical, but for dex, it's range bonus. You should have a range bonus on your character. It
wouldn't
won't
have-
matter for that roll, but
Yeah, for that roll, it wouldn't have mattered, and even for the 10, it wouldn't have mattered.
But yeah, I bet you have. I think it's over 16. You get +1, 16 and above.
Oh, I did not see that anywhere.
All right, so you blast it with your eyes. You miss it with your blaster. What are the rest of you guys doing? What is Techno doing?
So Sweetums is up in front, right? And we got these two giant scorpion type creatures.
Yes.
Are they able to get around him?
They don't want to. They've just like rushed up to you guys. They're not looking to do tactical maneuvering. They're
Right. I'll pull out the short sword and prepare to engage, or
Okay.
engage as is necessary.
All right. So Polly Score, you have a force field up. What is your force field doing for you?
It's 5d6. It'll take 5d6 damage.
Okay.
So you want me to roll that?
Yeah, go ahead and roll 5d6 now that your shield's up. And
I
that
already
is how
had
much
it
damage.
set to roll. So it's 22.
Not
terrible.
bad. So 22 points of damage it will take. What are you doing in the new round?
I'm going to throw a spear, and then I'm going to bring out my short sword.
Okay, well, I mean, it's right there. You can just stab it with your spear if you want.
Okay, then that's what I'll do. I'll stab it with my spear.
Okay. And let's see. Yarrow, you're also stabbing with a spear, correct?
Correct.
All right. Roll initiative for us, if you would, please, Yang. All right, a 3. 3. Well, not good, not terrible.
Nah.
Okay, so a couple of claw attacks. What is your armor class there, Techno? Armor class 4? Doesn't
Nice.
matter. Neither one of those is going to hit.
Wow.
It whips its tail at you and also misses. The other one, two claws. These are okay. So one of those hit Polly's score, but it does not injure you, obviously. But we do need to check damage.
Yes.
Ooh,
Ouch, you bastard.
yeah, your shield kind of wob. But it's still up. It's still up. You can still absorb what, 10 more points of damage?
Yes, exactly 10.
All right.
Yep.
Lashes its tail at you and misses. So they have all attacked. Techno, do that thing.
Right on. Stab with the short sword.
All right. That will
Ooh.
miss.
Yes, it
Polly
will.
Score, thrust with spear.
Okay, let's try it. Uh, 10.
That will miss. Yarrow, go ahead and thrust with spear. Just the one was sufficient.
Yeah, 15th. I don't know where the others came from.
That's okay. So the 15 rolled first. I gotta open up the Ye Old Game Masters chart. Very convenient that. It was donated
It's
to
a
the
weapon
show.
class 3 I have down.
Weapon class 3. That was donated by the good Doomsword Deathmaster. Thank you, bud. I really appreciate that. All right, so class 3. This thing's armor class is really good, and you rolled a 15. Now, where's the physical attack matrix here? It's mutations. Come on. I know where it is in the book. Ah, here we go. Okay, so 2. You rolled a 15, you say?
Correct.
Correct. Okay. I forgot because you're physically attacking. It's not weapon class doesn't enter into it for physical attack. That would be if you threw the spear, I think. But I'll double check. All right. So times 2, you roll. All right. How many hit dice do you have?
How many hit dice?
Yes.
I have 62 right now.
Hit dice, not points.
Oh, hit dice. Sorry. Is it small, medium, or large? It's large. 1d8 for the damage. Or
how many hit dice do you have? What is your constitution? Sorry.
15.
15. Okay. Then you hit it. Roll a d8 damage.
Okay.
All right. You give it the jabbity stabbity. All right. It is a new round. What does Sweetums wish to do?
I think Sweetums Polly score is right behind him, right?
I mean, you guys are all kind of right there. The only person who said they're behind anyone is Yarrow.
Okay. I think Sweetums is going to reach back to touch Polly's score and use his will force ability.
Okay.
Which should double Polly's force field.
All right. Okay. So yeah, he just kind of reaches back and touches you.
I pat him on the head.
Yeah, because of your high dex. Polly, your force field is now 20.
Nice. That helps a lot.
Yeah, you just feel a sudden surge of mutated power. Okay, what is Techno going to do in the new round?
I suppose running it through is my only option.
All right. And it's a fine option. And I used the wrong chart in the previous round. I'm not gonna retcon it right now. So Polly score, you trying to run it through also?
Yeah, I'm using the spear.
All right, Sweetums, you have already given armor to Polly score. Yarrow, you going to attack?
Yes. Spear
All
again.
right. Yang, roll initiative for us, please. A 1.
Oh.
The scorpions proceed to rock you like a hurricane.
Oh, I knew it was coming.
All right. Here we go. Claw attack 1. Your armor class is 4. That will.
It's 6.
It's 6.
I would have corrected last time, but
yeah,
it made no difference.
So 16. 6, 16. Yeah, that gotcha. So that is little pinch for 8 points of damage. Clack. Pinches again. Was it 10? Ooh, gotcha with that one too.
Ouch.
Oh, come on.
Clack. 6 points of damage. And misses you with that tail. So it's grab, kind of shakes you, and the tail whips past your shoulder. All right. Polly score.
Yeah, I have an AC of 4.
You have an AC of 4. So the 14 comes darn close to getting you. Yeah, that gets you.
Okay.
So you lose 9 points of your 20. So you've got 11 points left. And the tail.
Yes.
The tail will miss you.
Perfect.
All right, that ends their attack. So Techno, do that thing. This is 2 rounds without your the second round of your recharge on your eyes.
Gotcha. Short sword, weapon class 3. That's 5. Negatory.
All right, Polly.
Let's do the spear.
All right.
It's a good thing I didn't throw it because I have a 5 dex and that's a -1.
Oof.
There we go.
17. That will
Nice.
absolutely hit its armor class. So that is a D8.
Okay, so it's large. Okay.
Yes.
3. It rolled there. It didn't roll in the roller. Weird.
I did see it on the screen and in the roller. So yes, that
Okay.
is 3
So did
points
I.
of damage. And finally Yarrow.
Nice.
13. Let's see. I did use the wrong table last time, unfortunately.
Okay.
Again, I was not going to retcon the damage, but it's a 2. That's a 3. That will miss. Clatters off of its carapace. New round.
Okay.
What is Sweetums going to do in the new round?
All
You're
right.
gonna will force him again?
Well, he can only use that once a day.
Ah.
So I am going to stab the thing with the spear.
All right. So it's spears all around, but you go ahead, Sweetums, and make your attack.
I have short sword.
So I'm sorry, short sword.
Oh,
Nice.
18.
Yeah.
That will absolutely hit.
Of course, that one hits.
Yeah. So now everything's coming up, Sweetums. All right.
It would be nice if those had been stuns, right?
Right.
I know.
All right. So yeah, that one's looking a little manky. The other one's a little beaten up. Let me probably be helpful to me to actually put these where I can track them a little bit better than in my empty head. So and the other one is okay. So that ends the combat, or well, no, that doesn't end the combat round. Sweetums, that concludes you. Everybody's meleeing. They're meleeing. Roll initiative, Kennick. 1d6, please.
Roll high. Still could be high
That's
enough.
high.
Still could be high enough to beat me, but it's not. All right.
Sorry.
Tastes like
Not
butter,
the
but
claw,
it's
the
not.
craw.
Nice.
Both of those are misses.
All right.
The tail.
Here comes the tail.
Nice.
Yes.
Ooh, the tail is a miss. All right.
Now, I feel bad for Kevin.
Sounds like we're
Alright.
eating lobster at this point.
Same family, right?
12 and an 11. I'll have to check. I think the 12 actually gets you. The 11, I'm not sure about.
AC4.
All right. That's a radiation matrix. We're not there yet. All right. For the 11 does not get you. The 12 does.
Okay.
Bummer.
So 1 claw, but that's only 5 points of damage.
So 6
And the
left
tail?
on my field.
The tail misses.
Nice. Thank God.
Yeah, nice.
All right. Counter attacks if we could. PARTY, because these scorpions have got to go. 16 will hit.
All right. And
Nice.
let's see if I can do something with the 1d8. Come on, man.
A 4. All right. Perfectly average.
You go on Kennick?
No, Paul, you can go. I mean, you're stabulating, right?
Okay. I was just following the order. It doesn't matter. 12.
A 12. Let's see. And we are...
I have a constitution of 14, if that matters.
It does not. I was using the wrong chart earlier.
Okay.
Hey, 3 dot. Thank you very much for joining the membership. David McCauley, welcome to the club and all of its associated benefits. Thank you very much, David. That is greatly appreciated. Let's see. I'm sorry. What did you rolled a 12?
14.
14. Okay.
I think it was 14, right? Did I lie?
I see 12 actually.
12.
Okay, so
Okay.
it's 12. Yeah, my history is not showing in the die roller. So,
If it makes you
Control
feel any
F5.
better, it would have missed either way.
okay.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah,
And
there's that.
last is Yarrow.
Wow. Nice.
That is a hit. Roll your damage.
Can I do as well? Close.
Not bad. Not bad. All right.
Nice. That's the best damage so far.
Indeed. Best roll, best damage.
Okay.
This is the end.
All right. What is Sweetums? You going to try and instabulate?
Yes.
Please do
Yes,
so.
I am. And so looking at that Dex, I believe he is supposed to get +2 because he has 17 Dex.
So that becomes.
Or no, sorry, +1. +1. I'm sorry.
+1. All right.
It's 1 for 16, 1 for 17, right?
Oh, you're right. You're right. Yes. So it would be +2.
All right. So all right. So that becomes a 15. And oh, so close. So close. It's chitinous hide just turns it. All right. Everybody else meleeing. Let's roll for initiative, and we're back around to Dooms.
Oh boy.
Make it good.
That's a 4. That ain't bad.
Best I could do.
That ain't bad.
Yes.
Party goes first.
Sweet.
Yes, it's enough.
Well, here goes the miss.
Now we all got to do our part and hit.
Oh, I think I did it.
15,
Weapon
that
class
wa-
3, 15.
15. Yes, that will hit.
Excellent. Come on. Ugh.
It's so frustrating.
Every stab is
Yeah.
sacred. All right. Next up is Polly's score.
All right.
And hey,
Come on,
you can
man.
irradiate them in the next round. That will miss.
Yeah, definitely a miss.
Yarrow.
Come on, Yara.
There you go.
16.
That will hit. Roll your damage.
Wow.
Eight. Wow.
Nice.
Okay. All
Great.
right. So one of these things is not looking very good at all. One of these things is not like the other. It's about half dead, you would estimate. All right. But now is my time of revenge. Hey, Killian. Now, plane 0. Let's see. That is a pair of misses against Techno. But guess what? Here comes the tail.
I know.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, no.
Man.
The good news first. The good news is that is but 3 points of damage. The bad
Right.
news. We need to look at this thing's poison.
There's poison running through my veins.
the good news
Yes.
is you actually get a look at the table, whereas if that was me, you wouldn't have to look at the table.
Exactly. We just pass on,
That's right.
as it were. All right. So, I get excited on your behalf there for a second. All right. So, what is your constitution?
Come on, man. It's 11.
It's 11. Okay. All right. Well, I can just stop asking and assume that it's really bad if you want.
No, you could actually also stop asking and assume that it's really good.
Yeah, but I'm not going to do that. We know it.
Oh, bummer.
All right. So, okay. So, Techno screams in pain and collapses to the floor, unmoving.
Oh shit.
Techno more.
I mean, that's what was Yarrow, the sister of Vetch, a young wizard who became Ged's friend and mentor and a wizard of Earthsea. I have no idea. Yeah, you'd have to ask Kanak that.
I
Let's.
watched. I watched
It was
the
a great
Earth
book
Seed
series.
cartoon, but I never read the book.
Oh, I read the books. They were awesome.
All right, give me just a hot second. Okay. All right. So techno is down. And the next one continues trying to nom Polly score. So a 4 and a 6 that misses.
Nice. Another one that matters.
Also
Nice.
misses. All right, so the Scorpions have done their worst. It's a new round. Party, are we seeking to instabulate?
Yes.
All
We
right,
are.
go ahead and make your attack, sweet Tums.
Oh.
Negative. All right. Polly and Yarrow. Let's see. I think we would be to Polly. Kevin, roll initiative, please.
All right.
I got a 5.
Wow, my dice roller is enormous.
You got
Those
a
are the biggest
1.
dice. Damn it.
We have the biggest dice. They're huge. Some of them, I'm assuming, are nice. Some aren't.
There you go.
But one thing I can tell you, they weren't made in China. All right. Okay, giant scorpion against our buddy Polly Score. Both claws miss.
2 claws up.
Stinger.
Oh.
Oh, I'm the king of the stinger. Oh, the wasteland BIP.
Yeah. I'll be a heat miser soon. Or
You
maybe-
are stabbed. You'll be dead, lad. And you're
you got a
feeding
pretty
me.
con.
All right, the stinger does 5 points of damage. How much?
So I have 1 point left on my shield.
You have 1 point left on your shield. Okay.
1 round of reprieve.
Oh, and Sweetums. Scorpion hits you once, pinches you for 2 points of damage.
2
All right.
points of
all
damage.
And it does not sting you. All right. Counterattacks, please, Party. Party, because you need to.
Stabbing.
18?
18 absolutely hits.
If he's only half dead, I'm totally toast. 8. That's
Oh,
good.
Bilbo
guys.
Nice.
Bilbo Stabbins. All right.
Did you pull
All
that
right.
out of Lord of the Rings?
I did not. And
Yeah,
that will
I'm
not.
pretty sure I missed.
Okay. New round. What is Sweetums doing?
How are these things looking?
One of them, the one that Polly Score just drove his spear into, is looking pretty bad. One of its eyes is kaput, and a couple of its legs are smashed off. The other one has some injuries in it. Its ichor is leaking out, but it's still looking good.
All right. Well,
Otherwise.
I guess I will try to stab the one that Polly's been.
Is
going
your power recharged now?
That's techno, and I'm betting not.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We lost techno.
Yeah.
So 14.
14 will not hit, unfortunately. So are you guys gonna spread your attacks? You gonna focus on the injured one? What are you gonna do?
I'm definitely attacking the one that doesn't look like it's in good shape.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
how about
focus on that one.
All
It's
right.
also the one that's trying to kill me actively. So
okay, Yang, roll initiative, please. Come on, I'm rooting for you guys.
Ugh.
Hey, it can win.
Yeah, it could. I mean,
Oh.
it is a
Ooh,
tie.
simultaneously.
Party. You guys lay into this thing. Of course, starting with Polly's score.
No, 10.
That's not gonna hit. How about Yarrow?
Nice.
That will hit.
Nice.
Roll your in the damage.
Omelette du damage.
I saw the 8 come
Not
up.
bad.
All right, so, still not bad. Yeah, this one is not looking good. It is leaking fluids everywhere, and it starts to back away. The other one will stay in the fight. These are on Sweetums. The 14 gets you. Sweetums is pinched for 5 points of damage.
All right.
And the tail. Oh, that's an edge case. I don't think a 13 was hitting last time, but I need to double check. Come on. Come on. Where'd you go? There we go. 14 or 13 rather. Will not. Will not. So yes, misses you with the stinger. So there we go. New round. Let's do it to it, guys. Sweetums, make your attack. The other one is backing away slowly. Are you going to stab it on its retreat? Or are you going to focus on the good one that is still?
I'm going to get the one on the retreat, hopefully.
Okay. Roll your attack.
Oh, God. It didn't matter.
Oh, okay. And you guys, are you going to gang up on the one that is trying to get away? Are you going to swing at the fresh one? What are you going to do?
I guess I'll swing at the fresh one, even though I really don't want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna
All
go
right.
after the fresh one too.
Okay. Let's roll initiative. And I think have we gotten to Kennick? D6, please, for initiative. I got a
Nice.
1. You guys can beat this.
Oh my
No, you
gosh!
can't.
I'm pretty sure
Simultaneous
that's a 7.
combat.
Ugh.
You got no. Yeah, it's a 7 on a D6. Come on, come on, come on.
What does
All
a
right.
chevron mean?
All right. It means your ass just got busted down to private. Okay, roll initiative, please. Or roll to hit, please. Simultaneous attacks on the remaining scorpion.
I hate this. 14.
14 will not hit, unfortunately. Yarrow. A 16 will hit. Roll a
Nice.
d8 for damage versus large.
5.
A 5. Okay.
You guys like
All right.
doing the scrimshaw? Little carving piece by piece.
So we're gonna go claw on Polly, claw on Sweetums, and let's see. Yarrow did say specifically she's standing behind, so this is gonna be and we'll just see how it works out. All right. So claw on Polly.
Yes.
I only meant to roll it once, but it was a miss anyway. And the other claw missed Sweetums, so both of those are misses regardless. And I did not mean to click hidden roll. That was a 2. I did not mean to click hidden roll. So its tail misses Polly. New round. Sweetums, Yarrow, Polly, stab, stab, stab. Correct? On
Yes.
the remaining one. The
Yep.
other one has retreated out of sight, leaving a trail of ichor as it has scuttled off into the darkness. Roll Sweetums, go ahead and make your attack, Yang.
Oh,
That will miss. I cursed the dice mat. Yarrow and Polly, you guys are gonna attack. Roll initiative, please, if you would. Dooms. And as a 2.
Yes.
Well,
see,
I got a
2-1.
Nice.
1. So
Yes.
Polly, you and Yarrow.
All right. 11.
That
That's
will
a
miss. Yarrow. What is that? A 14 will
14.
not hit.
Okay.
All right. Let me see. Yeah, this one is backing out of the fight too.
Holy shit. Well, I'm gonna attack it while it's returning if I can.
Absolutely. Anyone who wants to attack it will do the
Sure.
standard AD&D
Sure.
and plus 4 attacks.
All right.
Sweetums, you would have gotten an attack anyway, so
Go ahead, Sweetums.
All right.
Are you gonna hit? Hopefully.
I hope so.
Nice.
a 16 that
Yeah.
will hit. Roll a d8.
All
I don't
right.
think you guys can drop this in a single round, but
Not
all
with
right.
the rolls we're getting.
not with the rolls you're getting. No.
Yeah.
All right. This is Polly 6 missed.
That will miss. And finally, Yarrow. That will
13.
miss. Okay.
Okay.
So these things scuttle off into the darkness, and you turn and look, and Techno is lying unmoving, unbreathing on the floor. That is where we're going to leave this scene in the Albuquerque spaceport. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight and for sticking it out for a little bit of overrun. Thank you to Doomsword, to Kevin, to Kennick, and of course to Yang for being here tonight. Just want to let you guys know this is the penultimate episode of 2024. Once we're into December, I'm taking December off. So there will be some live streams in December, but I've already talked about it. But next week, we're going to find out what will the cliffhanger be for next week. Will it be a cliffhanger? We'll find out, everybody. But thank you all for tuning in tonight. Extra big special thanks to Gonzalo Lira's bar tab for a couple of supers. I really appreciate it. Kevin, who apparently felt he had to slip the DM a 20 to get in the game. That was fine. You didn't have to. And welcome back to David McCauley 3 Dot for joining this mass mad mutated bunch of adventurers. I do appreciate it, everybody. I will not be back tomorrow night, but as Yang reminded me, we will be doing a Christmas extravaganza over on I think Yang. Who is it? Is it
I
Dungeon
think it's
Minister,
mine.
or is it, you think it's yours? Okay. All right. So we'll be doing the Christmas Nerd Council of Doom at some point in December when all three of us can decide. God bless you all, everyone. Thank you, and have an absolutely lovely evening. But do beware for those mutated power armor wearing owl bears. Peace. Good night. God bless.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around, some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way out the horse? Naked as a toad all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep Driving fast in his little green Jeep. He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.